Next up on the docket is Revenger. Okay. Something something revenge, something something Ajado, Jun Kasama, Hisako Kanemoto. That's a lot of main characters. That might be too many main characters. That's 4 producers. Masaya Fujimori directing. Gen Urobuchi, script series composition, original creator. Okay, should be some blood, for sure. Masaya Fujimori is directing. Gin no Saji, Kami-sama Hajimemashita, Juni Kokuki, Kemono Jihen, Fairy Tale Movie, Doraemon movies, Isekai Mao. What is that? Okay. Ecchi Isekai, Dream Festival R. That's just a storyboard credit. Okay. Always Dancing. Okay. Unclear whether this person can head this project effectively. Totally unclear. Studio Ajado. Honzuki no Gekko Kujo. I unfortunately have not been able to watch because it got copyright whomped. Yokohama Kaidashi Kiko for a long time ago. It's a reasonably solid studio. Ajado can do the thing, certainly. And Honzuki looked pretty good. Bookworm looked pretty good. Now this is original, right? This is OG original. Okay. Original anime. That's our first original anime of the season, as far as I know. Everything else has been web manga, light novel, mixed media, manga, light novel, manga, web manga, manga. So this is our first original show of the season, and it's historical. Which is interesting. Adult cast, historical, organized crime, samurai. Sick. I'm into it. The low score is interesting. 6.66 is pretty mid as far as the score goes. Why is unclear, because this is the kind of show that if it comes out the gate swinging, captures the imagination of the audience. Dororo was like that when it popped out. It really captured a bunch of people's imagination and blasted off to kind of become an instant classic. Revenger, Urobuchi Gen in the writer's chair. Someone directing who may be able to direct this and may not. Let's look at the promo art. I mean, that's striking. So we've got vines wrapped around his blade and falling apart. We've got cherry blossoms up front, all in blood red, with just a gradient in the background. It doesn't say anything. It says, like, so very little. The red on his coat is very character designed-y. He's got the long sleeves thing going on, but with a half coat. I wonder what the deal is with that. And then we've got this, which demonstrates some characters. Got a cutie patootie in the far background. More stuff in foreground, the gold pieces with blood on them, so Rio with blood on them says something. He's got kind of, his hair crosses over in front of his eyes in a way that's sort of a mimicry of a lot of samurai representations with the cross scar or, Kenshin or whatever. You've got the scar across nose boy in the foreground over here, maybe at odds with him, unclear. He's got the sort of one side hair, like rooster hair. I don't know if I dig the character design super much. And you've got Mr. Mentor, maybe. And Mr. Kuruna. Kuruna Hito. With lots of rings and gold and stuff and very wealthy. Alright. Ordinary samurai boy. Something happens, things go badly, he's off revenging. Okay, yeah. Let's give it a shot. Give me a sec. Alright, we've got episode 1 of Revenger up and ready to go. Let's give it a watch. Beep beep timer. Spooky castle at night. Weird architecture. Are we in the future or in the past? Or the past future? Are we in weird techno-feudal Japan? Is that a bocce? Or is it a fan? Or is it a hairpin? Well, doesn't matter because you're about to get dead. Hello. Okay, we're just ready for deathifying. That's your main character, hello. Okay, we tell us that he's a six swordsman, moment one. Cool. And respect for the dead. But not much. Alright, bye. It's a hairpin. And a representation of his family, too. Right? Right. So what's up with that? What's up with that? White hair guy? So he's gonna leave something. The gold isn't cursed, but like the theft of the gold is what he's revenging, right? Bite marks into it. Oh, OP. Weird CG and weird realist shots. This does not fit the vibe that I thought we were going for. Like the highly digital J-pop? Christian symbolism around him. Okay. Bites into gold, okay. Oh, it is weird techno steampunk heuristic. What the fuck? Okay. Wait, no, that's just Jude. What the fuck? That's just a character from Samurai Champloo. What? Can we sue? Can somebody sue? Weird CG lava backgrounds? So Once Upon a Time in Tokyo, Once Upon a Time in the West, and Once Upon a Time in Nagasaki. We evoke all of that with the Once Upon a Time. Hi. Mugen. Mm-hmm. Revengo. Oh. And then also some murders. I'm broke as shit, boy. You don't have to rub it in. Yeah, you admitted it. I get it. Don't really care. Maybe I'm just a dick. Fair enough. Mm-hmm. I don't get it. Maybe a joke regarding Musashi Bo that he referenced before? Okay, Western ships. So we're in a period of immense upheaval and change. Why does that character have a Mother Mary tattooed on his back? And what the fuck is that castle? Nobody can draw horses. No, they're here to kill you, bro. Yeah, they're stancing out. He betrayed the clan. Die. And they've given themselves up to the West as well. Guns. But you're obsolete. I've been betrayed again! Alright, 1v3 matchlocks. Tiny female character somehow is, spirit inside your brain? The fuck? Blood on the leaves. Aw, the classic. You're gonna get fucked up by doing that. Idiots. Idiots. Stupid. A whip-thin spider's thread, huh? Metal cable. Right. Fishing. And related to... Ooh. Related to Techno Dad? Ah, gold dust. There's that image from the OP. It's not kintsugi, though. It's lacquered boxes. Gold. Huh. I can see. It's pretty cool. And this child? Lacquered boxes, people use them to sell opium. They put drugs in them, right? Right. You would get to know everybody. Hmm. Hmm. So you were the blade used by the actual traitor to defeat his own enemies. Yikes. Multi-layered double betrayal. Fun. So, okay. Our main character discovers that he has been double betrayed. I should really feel that. Like, I should really feel something there, right? You're hired. So, does this end up being like a heist series, kind of? Who's the fourth? Oh, it's Scar Across the Nose guy, right? We haven't introduced him yet? Okay, weird. Really? Oh, my fiance's dad, right. Brutal. This is a nice map, man. You got a full profession as a member of Dyson Logos. Make D&D maps. Come on. Hanafuda cards? Yeah. He's got Goku hair. That's what it is. He's got fucking Goku hair. It's all this way, it's all this way. Flip. 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 But he won't. Oh, are we gonna fly in on a ninja kite? Oh shit, it's Techno Dad. Steampunk Dad, what's up? Big mole. You're so smart. So brilliant. Should have checked for a body, man. Can you really sit here all night? Profit is profit. I don't care who's in charge. The person who's supposed to bring it has had something wrong has happened. Yeah, alright. Yeah, he's not gonna chillax. We reused a bunch of those cuts for the OP. Huh. Wasn't it? Isn't that why you were left behind? Mr. Whitehair didn't predict that he'd be coming along with? Hey, weird. What the heck? Glass shards? Oh. Okay, fun. Terrifying, fun. Thanks, Gen. And it spills on all the food, too. Aw, yeah, nice, cool. Mr. Scar on Face gets his chance to shine, I think. Right? With Hanafuda throwing cards. Throwing blades of... Okay. Yeah. Cool. Sure. Murderous gold leaf. Oh. Suffocation? Alright, Butcher. Nice and spooky. Fun. But that's all that there is here, right? There are some yeah, we'll talk about it at the end. Save the best for me. Yep. Hi. Go ahead and try and shoot, bro. You got one shot. Make it count. Too fast! What even happened to him? And he steals his blade. Yada yada. Job done. To the chapel. Don't run with blades. Okay, but taking the blade apart, okay. Oh. And now he'll die on the sword. She's already killed herself. Oh, no. Oh, no! Again! Again, that's not nice. Mr. Urobuchi, fuck you. Well, now you got nothing to live for. Ho. Okay, this fits the vibe. Vibe fit. Got better as we ended. Okay, I think this is reasonably acceptable. However, I understand at this point why people haven't vibed super hard with it, because it's hard to vibe with. The pace is kind of all over the place. There are sections where it feels like we're just running through information extremely fast, and sections where we've got characters sitting there slow talking to each other. This whole scene under the bridge is perfectly indicative of this. You've got like pause, pause, pause. Character slowly says, maybe you're right. I am being a dumb sad boy. And the other character's like, yes, you're being a dumb sad boy. Off you go. And it's just like, okay, we could have cut some of that and mixed it around and used it to pace out some of the other things more effectively. But what flubs the landing for me is that the emotional reveals for the character don't put me in the emotional state of the character. What do I mean? All right, so the main character comes to this revelation that he's been betrayed, doubly betrayed by everybody, and that's the moment of tragedy. The moment of tragedy is not the moment at the end where he finds that his fiancée has killed herself because everything has gone horribly. That's not the moment of tragedy. That's the moment of tragedy sinking in and being unfulfillable and like you can't fix the thing because it's broken now. But the moment of tragedy is the moment of betrayal. That's the moment where he finds out that he's been betrayed and that he's acted as an implement of the traitor, right? So not only have you been betrayed, but you've assisted in the degrees of betrayal that have occurred without your knowledge, and thus sullied your own hands, and that's why we see him running with the blade pointed at himself. It's like there's a layer of self-sacrifice, self-destructive representation there that's solid. But the moment of revelation itself should be a moment of revelation for him, and it barely gets the treatment of being a moment at all. Whoever told you otherwise was the actual one doing the opium trading deal. And the entirety of our emotion for the scene is grimace, 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 sad boy looks sad, and we get a scream from outside the building. I'm super sad, is how we know that our character is sad, because he lays out the whole of the thing in dialogue. I did all the bads and it was so sad. Well, that doesn't evoke anything in me. Again, maybe I'm just a dick. Maybe I just suck. But you can evoke emotions more effectively by not saying the thing. It comes down to the fundamental of show don't tell, right? We could montage through a sequence of events here, as though he were remembering back frame, and it all clicks together in a way that leads to the revelation of betrayal, of mistake. We could do any number of things. This doesn't do it. I'm very sad. Well, we're gonna do something about it. Okay, I guess we're gonna do something about it. And that's that, and onto moving forward. Into the thing. Sadness about the fiance sets it up for momentarily later. Framing and design and color work in the backgrounds is fun and fine. The gloating villains are nice and gloating. Fun, fine. The actual fight battle scene is brutal and disgusting. Where have I seen the idea of glass embedded in a kite string before? I've heard that or read it in a book or something. Oh, for kite fighting. Yeah. Oh, and kids get decapitated by razor-sharp kite strings coated in metal or cut glass. Glass-coated kites and cervical injuries. Neck injuries from kite string. Literally can be done. Is genuinely possible. Now, so that occurs during kite fighting. There's a book, like a really well-regarded book that I think I had to read for school that was about kite fighting. The Kite Fighters? Is that the book where I think one of the kids gets super abused and, like, no, I don't think it's the Kite Fighters. The Kite Runner. That one. That's the one, by Khaled Hosseini. That's the one. Humiliating him both and assaulting him both physically and sexually. Yup. Whole bunch of darkness and horror in that book. But I remember the glass, bits of glass on a gummed kite string used to cut the strings of other kites and battle. And so we turn that into a weapon for the character. That's fun! That's fun. The whole sequence with all the different particular skills and stuff reads like any number of other sequences where we've got specialists doing their own thing. We're meant to feel the mystery around why he has the Santa Maria on his back and prays to her as he uses gold leaf to murder people. But I don't care. But I really don't care. Part of it is that I don't find the show compelling visually. It doesn't have any grain or edge to the character designs or the color work that gives it any sort of effective feel. It's really well... I think I can convey best the way that the show feels by simply talking about the OP. The OP doesn't fit the time. It doesn't fit the era, it doesn't fit the vibe. And so there comes to be a question, what is the vibe? What is the era? What is the framing device? What is the feel of the show? And the answer is confused. Doesn't know what it is. Is this a historical drama? Or a almost goofy, character-driven teamwork series? Are we The Italian Job? Or are we Mission Impossible? Or are we Ocean's 11? Really, genuine question. Are we Sting? Are we The Italian Job? Are we Ocean's 11? Or are we Mission Impossible? There's a whole range of... Or are we Ronin Yojimbo, Dororo, historically driven, historically motivated fiction? Yes, we're all of those things, and so we're none of them, and so it's nothing. It's like when you go to the soda machine and you get a little bit of, you make the suicide punch or whatever you call it, and it's just a little bit of every color of soda or every flavor of soda, and it tastes like nothing. It tastes like sugar water, because that's all it is. It's all of the things all mishmashed together. Doesn't do anything for me. It's too indistinct. It doesn't have bounds, so it's amorphous. And that can be really fun, but it's just a blob. Yeah. Bit of an idea blob of a show. We watched Tomo-chan just before this. And that's a show that is exactly what it is. And just good enough in production to be what it is, and no better. And that's fine. This doesn't know what it is, and is just barely there in production to be anywhere near whatever it's trying to be. Not fine. Not fine. Tough to comprehend where we're going with this. I'll bet it will be more clear once we episode 2. But there's nothing in the show that reaches out and grabs me in a way that would make me want to watch episode 2. There are a bunch of things that try to, right? Be into the sword fighting and the blood and stuff. Okay, if you're just here for sword fighting and blood and stuff, maybe that grabs you enough to get you to watch episode 2. Be into the era of change and betrayal and everything is shifting sort of stuff. But we've resolved that core conflict from the outset, so now our character is just a member of this squad. Right? And the reasons that drive him are resolved. Insofar as they can never be resolved, because all the people that they're relevant to are dead. So he's just cut off from all of his tradition and goals and everything else, and has the opportunity to be nobody. He's no longer embedded in any sort of social construct, and so he'll fall in with this group of ne'er-do-wells. Or do-wells, whatever they are. Maybe the cute character reaches into your heart and pulls you out of yourself. Sort of androgynous character. I might be a young boy. Unclear at this point. I'm actually uncertain. Maybe fucking Techno Dad is what gets you. Techno Dad almost gets me. Because the idea of fucking steampunk shit in a samurai time universe is baller. It's cool. I like it. I think it's really cool. It's part of why I like Kotetsujo no Kabaneri. Kabaneri the Iron Fortress is fucking sick. It's super sick. It's like samurai steampunk zombies. It's another thing where it's real confused, but it knows exactly what it is. It's gorgeous historical horror steampunk insanity. It's exactly that one thing, and it's weird. And it's a mishmash, but the mishes are mashed. They're all the same consistency. They're all the same texture. They all fry at the same rate. It's like you chop up vegetables to saute them, and you want to chop them all the same size so that they all saute at the same rate. You don't want a little bit of this and a couple of big chunks of this and a few pieces of this, and it all ends up black and brown and mishmashed. That's what this feels like. It's just, you throw a bunch of things into the stew and you mix them around with oil and you hope that what comes out is good. And it'll come out cooked, but it won't come out good. And I don't think what has come out has been good. Sorry to anybody who really likes this show. It doesn't do it for me. Neato. That'll be an end for talking about it. Interesting in the way that it doesn't do it for me, because we've watched 2 shows, neither of which does it for me today. Tomo-chan and then Revengers. And neither of them does it for me, and both of them don't do it for me in completely disparate ways. Fascinating. And Gen Urobuchi the Butcher, bloody, gory, sad, doesn't do it for me either, because I'm not compelled by the characters, and I don't care about them. You can... If you can make me care about the characters, I will care about the people that they care about, and then if you kill them, I'll care. But you can't make me care about the characters by killing the people that they care about. That doesn't compel me. It can't go in reverse. If I already care about the characters because they've been well characterized, then I will care about the people that they care about, and if you kill those, I'll feel something. by killing the people around them, it doesn't make them compelling protagonists. Set up Mr. Protagonist Boy, he's like, I'm a protagonist boy, and then you go, your family's dead. And I go, great, I don't care. Who is this guy and why do I care about him? Oh, he's a prototypical Ronin who's been betrayed. Okay, what is he like? What kind of food is he into? Where was he trained? What's his connection to the family that he serves? How does he feel about the opium trade? Has he lost somebody to it? Is it personal to him? Does he like udon? Does he have some kind of feeling about the rise of guns? And how they affect his position as a samurai? I don't know. He's just a guy with a sword who's real good at being with the sword, and that's all. That's all it is. Oh, and now and now he's been betrayed and his fiance's dead. Yeah, it's as thin as it gets. Does nothing for me. Cool. Really interesting. It does something fantastic for my brain, which has been part of the absolute joy of going through and treasure hunting this stuff, is it demonstrates to me just how many pieces have to be correctly articulated for a show to feel at all interesting. Because if you watch this with your mind off, it's fucking great. There's bloodies, and there are characters, and they all have different character designs. They're all distinct and unique. And the story does its thing. So it becomes a real serious question. Why does one swordsman-focused, samurai-focused, fighting against some encroaching evil show do nothing for me when another samurai-focused, swordsman-focused, fighting against encroaching evil show, Kimetsu, does everything for me? Why does one do a thing and the other one doesn't do a thing? You can sort of, if you break them down to some underlying fundamentals, you could say that they're quite similar in a lot of ways, right? Modern animation applied to a historically set drama with an encroaching change of technology, focused around a swordsman or a couple of swordsmen who are at the center point of things shifting and changing. And yet I come out of the episode 1 of the Mugen Train arc for Kimetsu and I go, wow, that was fucking cool. And I come out of episode 1 of this and I go, blah, blah, it did nothing. Why? It's not obvious. What makes one thing good and the other thing not so good? It's not obvious. But being in a position where I only see the things that are good makes it very easy to forget what it is that could be missing. When you see the contrast and you see something where a bunch of pieces are missing, or are just ill-formed, or are just chopped in the wrong way. I do like that analogy. The idea that it's vegetables for stewing and you've just chopped them in the wrong sizes. And so the whole dish comes out feeling weird because the onions are sliced in pieces this big and the carrots are sliced in pieces this big and the celery is sliced in pieces this big and they all fry at different rates. And so you get crunchy onions and soft carrots and half-cooked celery. And the whole mirepoix doesn't work. Because it has to be done right at every level for it to come together into one dish that works perfectly. Interesting. Very, very interesting. And makes me so glad that I'm doing the treasure hunting thing, because when you sift through the stuff that isn't treasure, finding the treasure really stands out a lot more. Contrast. Contrast. Awesome. We'll leave that there. Revenger episode 1, done and done. Peace.